where path-breaking ideas are born, where world-class technology breaks barriers, where future trends are discovered today, where a new India is making its mark. Federation of Indian Petroleum Industry, Petroleum Reimagined.
India is undergoing a profound social and economic change. 1 billion of its citizens are already politically empowered. My dream is to economically empower them through many social and economical transformations, and do so by 2022, the 75th anniversary of India's independence.
Poised to become the 5th largest economy in the world next year, with an impressive growth rate of 7.3%, India is poised to take its rightful position among the leading nations of the world. The outlook for India is optimistic, and this has been indicated by numerous global indices, where India is ranked as the best performing large economy. Given the projected economic growth levels, energy demand continues to rise, and with rising energy comes growing concern for energy security. Energy security can be ensured only through availability, accessibility and affordability of energy resources. But for that, India needs to tread a cautious path where increasing strategic reserves, enhancing funds for oil equity and investing in oil diplomacy have acquired greater prominence. As the apex society in the hydrocarbon sector, the Federation of Indian Petroleum Industry works towards the energy security of the country by acting as an essential industry interface between the government and regulatory authorities. FIPI is the credible voice of the Indian hydrocarbon industry and promotes meaningful dialogues among various stakeholders of the upstream, midstream and downstream sectors. It does so by enabling the sustained growth and global competitiveness of the Indian petroleum industry and by bringing together global suppliers, technology providers, service providers, academic entities and relevant agencies.
Today, India is the 3rd largest energy consuming country in the world. It is also the 3rd largest importer of crude, the 4th largest importer of LNG and the 4th largest refiner. Our global engagement has considerably enhanced. Energy has become a key element of our diplomatic engagement, both bilaterally and multilaterally. At the core is the resolve of the government led by Prime Minister Sri Modi to provide universal access of clean, affordable and sustainable source of energy to all our citizens.
In an effort to give impetus to the hydrocarbon sector, several policies have been framed for increasing domestic oil and gas production, increasing investment, generating sizable employment, enhancing transparency and reducing administrative discretion. Government has formulated many path-breaking policies to revolutionize the E&P sector, which include National Seismic Program of Unappraised Areas, creation of National Data Repository, Hydrocarbon Exploration and Licensing Policy, HELP, coupled with operationalization of Open Acreage Licensing Policy, Discovered Small Field Policy, Hydrocarbon Vision 2030 for the Northeast, new gas pricing reforms for difficult areas, policy framework for early monetization of CBM, permission of extraction of CBM to Coal India Limited and its subsidiaries in coal mining area, and policy of the grant of extensions to pre-NELP exploration blocks. FIPI has been playing an active role to facilitate such policy formulation through various studies and interactive sessions, such as study on identification of best practices related to policies incentivizing EOR for more widespread adoption of EOR techniques in India, Conference on Realizing Hydrocarbon Vision 2030 for Northeast India, Seminar on Unconventional Energy Resources with focus on exploring shale and gas hydrate resources in the country, Program on Modern Practices in Petroleum Exploration. Natural gas is recognized the world over as a cleaner and more environment-friendly energy source. In India, work is in progress to develop a gas grid ecosystem which will allow the country to move towards a gas-based economy. Necessary policy and regulatory steps are being taken to attract investment in enhancing domestic gas production, gas infrastructure including pipelines, city gas distribution, and in developing LNG terminals. A new LNG terminal being developed on the east coast at Odisha will help gas outreach in eastern part of India. The government has laid emphasis on city gas distribution through the 9th bidding round. City gas networks are being rolled out in another 86 geographical areas covering 174 districts. After this round, India shall have CGD coverage in nearly 50% of the total 640 districts in the country and about 50% or 61 crore of the population of the country. In an effort to bring the Pradhan Mantri Urja Ganga to eastern India, GAIL is developing 2 gas pipeline projects, that is Jagdishpur-Haldia and Bokaro-Dhamra pipeline projects. To further fast-track development in the northeast, a 750-kilometer pipeline has been proposed from Barauni in Bihar to Guwahati in Assam, which will help connect the northeast with a national gas grid. Realizing the importance of natural gas in India's energy mix, FIPI organized various discussions and conferences. Few of the initiatives are workshop on A to Z of natural gas and LNG, highlighting the importance of gas and LNG in the modern scenario energy consumption. FIPI organized a study on Gas Roadmap Vision 2030 with an aim to develop a vision for the natural gas sector and to develop a comprehensive roadmap to achieve the vision of increasing the share of natural gas in India's energy mix from the existing 6.5% to 15%. A study on prospects of LNG as a fuel for heavy-duty trucks in India, which is a cleaner alternative compared to diesel. The study highlights the policies needed to propel LNG as a transportation fuel. On the refining front, India remains the largest exporter of petroleum products in Asia, and in financial year 18, the country exported 66.8 million metric tons of petroleum products worth $34.9 billion. Responding to the call of curbing pollution in Delhi, BS6 fuels have been made available in the metropolis 2 years ahead of schedule. Indmax and Optimax make in India technologies to produce high yield of light olefins and high-octane gasoline from various petroleum fractions are the talk of the town. To meet the growing demand of petroleum products in India, in future, a mega 3 trillion rupee integrated refinery and petroleum complex at Ratnagiri with Saudi Aramco and ADNOC is poised to become the largest single-location refinery complex in the world with a capacity of 60 million tons. In order to assess the impact of electric vehicles on demand of liquid fuels in transportation, a program was organized by FIPI with eminent speakers from the auto and oil industry. The conclusion of the discussions and presentations was that demand for oil in India will continue to grow and will more than double in the next couple of decades. With a view to reduce import dependence and to provide cleaner alternatives, biofuels are being encouraged on a large scale. The conversion of waste biomass to 2G ethanol and biogas to bio-CNG are being given due importance. Backing the spirit of innovation, 10 public sector undertakings under the Ministry of Petroleum and Natural Gas have created a corpus of 320 crore rupees to support startup initiatives in the energy sector.
Energy in general and hydrocarbons in particular are an important part of my vision for India's future. India needs energy which is accessible and affordable to the poor.
FIPI has been organizing numerous forums and discussions to support the government in formalizing policies which will take the Indian hydrocarbon sector to the next level. So whether it was the IEF Ministerial, the largest gathering of energy ministers in the world, FIPI played a significant role every single time and organized several interactive sessions such as educational program with focus on energy innovation, training program on energy trading, risk management and pricing. Fuel quality workshop on moving towards high quality requirements in India beyond 2020. BP's Energy Outlook 2040. Global markets developments, interactive session with Mr. Jagjit Singh Bindra. Workshop on changing oil and gas landscape. Study on climate change risks, preparedness for oil and gas sector in India to assess the impact of climate change on oil and gas sector. At FIPI, we are committed to work towards the cause of the oil and gas industry and will continue to work towards accelerating development of energy infrastructure, creating a conducive policy environment and developing of an effective regulatory regime. FIPI is proud to be at the forefront of this energy revolution, giving direction to India's vision of energy security